What's up, Digidestins? This is Kyle D, better known as RideMyAvatar, and today, guess what day it is? It is Japanese Tuesday, so we're gonna look at all that is breaking down and just go from there. So we're gonna examine all the decks and see what decks are moving up in the world and what decks are catching up. So without further ado, let's see what is topping in Japan's meta, shall we? So first off, let's look at this. So using the information from Digimon's CG guides, we can gather enough data to see what's going on. So Shine Greymon has taken the lead at least 3 more wins than the Royal Knight decks, and it's showing that these both are neck and neck, kind of, A 3-win difference is just basically a locals top ratio. That's all it is. And then we do have Greymon Tribal taking up from the rear. It actually passed Galamon X, so this could just because that these two decks are just a lot faster than Galamon X now, and if that is factually true, then this means this deck kind of just phases out a bit, and Greymon Tribal pulling ahead means it probably actually holds up against these two a little bit better than Gaalamon's luck category of milling, so that can lead to being what pulls the deck ahead. And then followed by Bahamut. This is another 7 deadly sins deck. Basically, this one is, 7 great demon lords. Really good to see there. Then you have Alphamon at 11, Hunters at 11, Mirage Gaugomon is at 8, Red Hybrid, then Jessmon, Galamon, Beelzestar, then Examon, Rosemon, Crossheart. Then you do have Blue Flare, Ravemon, Bloom Hydra Quartz, falling off really interestingly, but that's just because most of the new decks are just going into Rosemon itself, if I remember correctly. Where is Rosie Girl? So Rose, and this is kind of just in the far back, but we'll have to see. Gemamon, then Kentoris, Filth deck, aka Edamon Time, then Machine Dramon, then Grandis, followed by Argo, D Reaper, Yellow Hybrid, Chessmon, Blue Armor, Leopard, Dark Knight, Phoenixmon, Source Removal, Alter S, Ragna, Minervamon, Mamamon, Don Devi, and then Imperial Dramon. So we get 182 decks so far, which seems to be actually pretty good because this is actually going up faster than it normally does. Usually by week 2 we're not this high up, but it's pretty good to see that the format is very much like, besides Shine Greymon and Royal Knights obviously being the top dogs, I think this is pretty solid here across the board. There's nothing too crazy. Then let's get into talking about it. We're going to talk about the Bahamut deck, Alphamont deck. So what are we looking at here, guys? Well, first off, they are using the Gazumon, the Proto Gazumon. So these cards are very interesting in themselves. This is a brand new deck style of play because when you would play this card, delete one of your level 2 Digimon in your breeding area, reduce the play cost by 2, becoming a 1 cost. On play, draw, then trash 1 card of your hand. Then this Digimon can't Digivolve, which is kind of expected. On deletion, by placing 2 cards with Gaizu in their names from trash at the bottom of your deck in any order, you may play 1 AT from your trash without playing its cost. So basically you go up to the next one, and then this does the same thing. When you would play this Digimon by deleting one of your level 3 Digimon, reduce the play cost by 4. So you pop like Face Komon here for the on deletion, draw a card, trash a card. That's really useful. But where you'll pop your Gazi or Psychmon, and then boom, this Digimon can't evolve, but does the same thing by placing, copies with sharing this name from your trash at the bottom of your deck in any order. You may play one of the following evolve forms, which is XT, which is the final one. When you would play this card by deleting a level 4, reduce the play cost by 6, becoming a 3 play cost. Then on play by playing one of Akihiro, Akihiro, from your trash without paying its memory cost. So that's not bad. You get Tamer for free. All turns the can't Digivolve, and then on deletion you may play one from your trash without paying its memory cost. Basically, when this thing dies, you get to cycle through. But he's really the bread and butter of the deck. So when you would play a Digimon with Balfamon in its name by deleting one of your Digimon with Gazumon in its name, reduce the play cost by that deleted Digimon. So if you pop the level 5 with the effect, boom, this is now reduced by the 9, which is crazy. And then in turn, once per turn, draw a card, then trash one card from your hand. Then you may, by placing this Tamer under your Digimon Balfamon in its name as its bottom Digievolution, delete one of your opponent's level 6 Digimon. Not a bad trade-off. So this card is interactive in a way that if your opponent has game plans, you can get around them and just like, oh, I'm bringing up my Mega. Well, this dude is going to go at the end of their turn because they will pass turn. If they're still on their Mega, boom, as long as you have sleep mode in, you're all set to delete their Digimon, which is really good. I mean, hey, that is what we're going to do. And they do have Astamon, so this card will help you Digivolve into Balfamon in its name from your hand without paying its Digievolution costs by deleting one of your other purple Digimon. So that's going to help out. And then what you're going to do is cycle through Balfamon Sleep Mode and Rage Mode the whole time. So on play, when Digivolving, by placing one Rage Mode from your trash at the top of this Digievolution card, this Digimon cannot attack and isn't affected by your opponent's effects until the end of your opponent's turn. So under interactable, I love how we're getting to the point where we're getting Yu-Gi-Oh! Base, like, you cannot interact with this kind of cards. This is kind of getting a little bit annoying that we have to get to this so that Digimon can stay on board, or else they get blown out of the water by Setcon, or they get blown out of the water by Digimon Digievolution effects that just say, screw you, it dies. So it's getting kind of to the point where it's getting annoying to see that, but that's just me. Once per turn, or opponent's turn, when your opponent Digimon attacks by trashing 2 cards from your hand and the attack. So preventing the attack really does help out. And that does help out if they have only one way of swinging into your Digimon to try to delete it. But then you have Rage Mode. So, start of main phase, delete all your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon. If you have 6 or less cards in hand, this Digimon gets plus 3000 DP and security plus 1. And then end a turn by deleting one of your other Digimon, unsuspend this Digimon. So free multi-attacker, which basically by deleting one of your other Digimon, which is super easy in this deck because this thing comes in for 1. If you pop one of your Digitamas, you really are just fine with that. But also, it's inheritable opponent's endings. If this Digimon is Balfamon Sleep Mode, trash the top card of this Digievolution. So instantly going back into Rage Mode after going on top of Sleep. So then you have Gift of Darkness. Delete one of your opponent's level 6 or higher Digimon. Then you may Digivolve one of your Digimon into Sleep Mode from trash without paying its Digievolution cost. So this is going to help out a lot. And then security by trashing one card from your hand. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a level less than or equal to the trash card. So this does help out against the Nightmon deck just because you can interact with them to an extent like that by just trashing your level 6s. And even with Burst Mode, you can deal with them a little bit that way because Burst Mode is the 7, but the rest of the deck is on 6 turns. You have Underworld Calling. So all in all, just good to see this kind of stuff. Then we're going to talk about Galamon. Galamon got a new toy in the deck. So Galamon definitely got this new toy here in BT13. So when you would play this card from hand, if you do not have a Digimon in play, reduce the play costs by 2 for every 5 total cards in both players' trash. So this thing can come in dirt cheap, but it has Rush, which really good on play when Digivolving. When attacking, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 6,000 DP or less. If no Digimon is deleted by this effect, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 13,000 DP or less. Guaranteed to kill a Mega at least. So that's really good. And it looks like it's a common trend that Galamon X Antibody is starting to go down 2. It doesn't seem like people are playing him more than 2 now, and that's good to see. But what's really nasty is this Galamon. Let's say you just play a Galamon and you go, this Tocato's on board, and you have the sources underneath, boom, instantly get into Galamon by cheating it in, and then all you have to do is go to town. You go to ham, because this thing is instantly Rush, but it's on play when attacking. and when digivolving. So there is no limitations. This thing can pop 2 things instantly. So by just coming in. And that is nasty enough because all you have to do is then blitz and all the good shenanigans. Your Digimon is a big threat. We know what the Galamon does line, and with the new black Growlmon here, both players trash 2 cards from their deck. Then if you may return 1 Galamon or 1 Digimon card with Growlmon or Galamon in its name from trash to your hand. So setting up your plays and everything like that. But all in all, the deck is really solid. I mean, it finally has a good enough control status because you have Galamon here that has Raid, which most of its evolution lines now give plus 2000 DP to it, which is what it needed for the longest time. And now it can contest a lot of decks now. So that's something to look at. And then let's get into Machine Dramon, boys. So it's beaten War Greymon and Beelzemon. 11 participants, not bad. So let's take a look at it. So with the new Chaos Dramon X antibody, we kind of know what's going on here is that they're just going to be able to have a very sticky body. And then worst case, they have to de-digivolve it twice, in which in this format they can't. Because the new War Greymon stuff kind of swaps in and goes a different route. It doesn't really use Metal Greymon to de-digivolve and then get it into like Galamon to de-digivolve again. So they're focusing on War Greymon to swing in. So as long as you do this on top of your Machine Dramon or Chaos Dramon that has a protection skill, you're really much more of a threat. Or even worst case, you have this Machine Dramon, instantly set them back because you'll trade Analog Man with this and instantly pass turn because you slam down Machine Dramon and just make your opponent sad. The cards they're using is really interesting to me. They are definitely going for the blocker reboot package as their high priorities. They have at least 1, 2, 3, 6 targets across the board for 3 targets that are blockers and then 3 targets that are rebooters, which again makes a lot of sense with this deck because you are going to be the biggest threat on board, and then making yourself like 15 is really good. And then the protection that Chaos Dramon X gains is ridiculous, but also because the way it makes its preventative effects are now between bounce, spinning back, minusing DP protection, everything across the board is really good. And now you can remove pieces very easily because all you're going to do is your 5 cyborgs and stuff like that. But what's really nice about this is Chaos Dramon X Antibody can pull more pieces when you digivolve on top of, let's say, Chaos Dramon. It does get the when digivolving effect of Chaos Dramon, so you get to put pieces underneath. So it gets really nasty pretty quickly, but we'll have to see where people go with it. I mean, especially with this Super Eradication attack, this card, choose one of your Digimon with Cyborg or Machine Straight, delete that Digimon and one of your opponent's Digimon with DP less than or equal to the chosen DP. Since you're going to pop your own dude, which it has its protections, now for 2 costs, you can answer most threats extremely easily. So that's huge, especially by its thing, by security, by trashing 1 card with Cyborg and his traits, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with whose play cost is less than or equal to the trash play cost. Since now we have Chaos Dramon X Antibody, now we can toss this card and pop any 13. That was majorly a problem with this deck, is that even with the attack of Heavy Mobile Machine, if they digivolved into their X counterpart, they were 13 play costs and we couldn't answer it. But now we can. And then, the good stuff here across the board is always looking good. So I think this is really interesting to see how this format develops more and more. Maybe Chaos Dramon does a lot better in this format as time goes on. But it really depends on the player's playstyle and interest. But I think we're kind of in a good spot here in the format. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. Guys, did you like the breakdown? Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.